Hello everyone. Today I'm going to present our group project for transport and distribution planning in post-Brexit world. This project is done by Hui, Isa, Faisal and myself, Ilse. I'm going briefly talk about what is European Union and what is Brexit. Then I'm going to discuss 6 essential steps, Brexit founding, and last but not least, current challenges and issues in post-Brexit world. So what is European Union? European Union consists of 27 European countries, which forms a unique economic and political union. The aim is to create a free and safe Europe with no internal borders, ensuring smooth and efficient trade within Europe. The objective is to balance economic growth and stable prices. So, Brexit and important dates. On the 23rd of June 2016, United Kingdom voted to leave European bloc. On 29th of March 2017, United Kingdom formally notified European Council of their intentions to leave joint market, and 2-year countdown began. However, there was a need to extend the transition period. So after a long and complex negotiation, on 31st of January 2020, United Kingdom officially left European Union single market and customs union. The new rules were applied to how European Union and United Kingdom work and trade together. Now I'm going to talk about 6 essential steps: customs, other controls, product compliance, supply chain, financial management, and other considerations. So, since 1st of January 2021, operators must complete a range of new steps to be able to move goods between Ireland and other EU countries when using United Kingdom's land bridge. Firstly, businesses need to find out who is responsible for which step along the transit chain. On revenue.ie, companies can find out about customs, transit procedures, and how to apply transit simplifications. Also, companies need to be aware of rules and regulations while importing, exporting, and distributing goods from the United Kingdom. For example, it is essential that goods are correctly labeled and marked under the EU law. As for those who are moving animals, and animal products must obey specific guidelines and register via Department of Agriculture, Food and Marine on the EU's trace system. Also, it is essential to use international standard of ISPM 15, which is the standard for wood pallets for imports and exports of goods when using United Kingdom suppliers. Companies are also advised to map the supply chain for goods going to, from, through the United Kingdom, including the route to the final destination. The reason is to prepare companies for potential delays in the case of some unexpected procedural changes. At this stage, government is providing financial support for businesses to meet Brexit-related challenges. For example, Brexit Loan Scheme and the Future Growth Loan Scheme are available for companies. Now, on this slide, I'm going to talk about the EU Brexit Fund. Due to the current situation, the European Council had approved a fund of 5.4 billion euros to help EU member states tackle negative impact of Brexit. Ireland is the largest beneficiary under the Brexit Adjustment Reserve, as it will receive just over 1 billion euros in the Brexit funding, which is over 20% of the total fund. The funding under the Brexit Adjustment Reserve is to support checks and controls at ports and airports, businesses and local communities, which are negatively hit by Brexit. Now we are moving to current issues and challenges. We have few examples what we would like to present. I'm going to start with 2. This is about the French fish porter and the bag company, who are reporting the issues that they are facing currently in a post-Brexit world. So instead of me just talking, let's have a look on a video.
Brexit has been difficult to swallow for this French fish importer. Since the beginning of the year, the company has received hardly any of its usual supplies from Scotland, imports that are now subject to custom rules and checks before arriving on French soil. The extra red tape is causing major headaches for the company's manager.
Et là, c'est encore très abstrait pour la semaine prochaine.
He's trying to locate his Scottish imports in the hopes of delivering them to his clients on time. Up to half of the fish sold by this fishmongers every month is imported from the UK. If the disruption continues, it could threaten the business's future, something that's already worrying its workers. It is not only imports that have suffered delays since January 1st. The new post-Brexit rules are also hitting exports from France to Britain. This bag company has seen its orders from the UK fall by 30%.
Since the beginning of the year, we have not received many orders from the UK. We have only 2 so far.
Brexit has also upended the company's expansion plans. Its owners were hoping to open a new boutique in the south of England. That project is now in doubt.
So the next example is about the driver shortages. Due to the Brexit, the new immigration rules were applied in the United Kingdom, which have led to approximately 20,000 commercial drivers to leave United Kingdom. In a total, there's approximately 100,000 driver shortage, but this is a combination of the Brexit and pandemic. This has led to some shortage of products, and as a result, the retailers have had to push up wages, which is leading to inflation in the sector. For example, there's a report that several service stations were closed due to shortage of tanker drivers. However, United Kingdom government has speeded the testing process for commercial driver licenses, and this is with the aim to tackle the lorry driver shortage. Let's have a look at a video where the driver shortage is discussed and what the public thinks about the current situation.
I would say that there was probably no good Brexit to be had, but theoretically maybe a Brexit that was not quite as damaging as this one would have been possible. What you have to bear in mind is that these shortages of labour in the British labour market, they have not just suddenly come about in the last 6 months. Britain has not been training enough truck drivers, enough doctors, enough nurses for 2 decades now. And the UK could plug the gaps in its labour market with labour from other European countries. Now, out of the European Union, it can no longer do that.
Empty gas pumps and long queues outside the service stations that still have fuel. Great Britain is in a state of chaos. With an estimated shortage of 100,000 truck drivers, the supply of much-needed gasoline is running dry. Supermarket shelves across the country lie empty too. This is due to a shortage of cheap labour from the EU, as a result of Brexit. Other sectors of the economy have also been affected. They include the service sector, skilled trade and agriculture.
We've lost the type of labour that made the UK really strong. They've gone back to Europe. They're going to make Europe strong.
The last example is about the Irish shipping market response to Brexit. Now, instead of me talking, I would like you to show a video from the Euronews.
This is Dublin Port, the main entry and exit point for haulage companies moving product to and from Ireland to the European mainland and beyond. The British exit from the EU means that trucks entering Irish ports will now have to undergo unpopular, lengthy and bureaucratic checks, particularly in the areas of agriculture, food and plants.
Consignments coming in from the UK will be subject to 2 types of checks. All consignments will be subject to customs checks, and then certain categories of consignments will be subject to what we call sanitary and phytosanitary checks, SBS checks. SBS checks will apply to all live animals, regulated plant and plant products, products of animal origins such as meat, milk, germinal products, semen, ova and embryos. They'll also apply to animal byproducts, as we call them. These are products that are not intended for human consumption.
England has always been a convenient land bridge for Irish haulage companies moving product to and from mainland Europe through numerous ports such as Calais and Rotterdam without restrictions. 200 kilometres away from Dublin, Rosslare Port is gearing up for major changes to prepare for increased haulage traffic. €100 million is being spent on new approach roads, car parks and infrastructure, while one Danish ferry operator is launching a new service of 6 sailings per week from Rosslare to Dunkirk in France.
We've also seen a significant increase in direct sailings from Rosslare Europort to mainland Europe. And from January, we'll be going from our current services, which are 5 per week, to mainland Europe. We'll be increasing that to 14 direct services a week from January, moving to 15 from March.
Management at Rosslare Port say its sailings to Cherbourg and Bilbao in Spain may take longer, but they will bypass long lines at ports in England, which in recent years were accessible with ease.
That's all from our presentation. I hope you enjoyed and I wish you a lovely day.